Hi everyone, my name is Will. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. Today we are going to be doing a collective energy reading for January 12th, 2023. So let's see what energies are going on right now. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. I hope everyone is having an awesome day. It is mild weather here in Oklahoma, which is really nice. Because I know we're only in January and I know we have a few more months of cold weather, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm done with the cold weather. I'm done with the cold weather. You know, I'm one of those people that if I could be by the coast, West Coast. If I could be by the West Coast by a beach all year long, I totally would be, just because I love the warm weather. I love sandal and short weather. That's like my favorite weather. I would rather be too hot than freezing cold. That's just my preference. I do not like all the laundry that comes with winter either. That's not fun. All right, and as always, I do not accept any Archon, Reptilian, Demonic, or negative attachments. I only accept light and love in this space, and I'd like to call on Archangel Michael's white light of protection during this reading, and I would like to ask Spirit, what are the collective energies for January 12th, 2023. What do we need to know about? What do we need to know about? What energies do we need to be aware of? All right. So the first card is the King of Cups. The Queen of, blocked by the Queen of Swords. We have the Lovers. We have the Ten of Cups. The Justice card. The Five of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. The Ace of Wands, the Six of Cups, and finally the Knight of Cups. And the underlying card for the entire spread is the Judgment card. We're going to pull a few clarifiers and set to the side. So if you could just give me one second to just kind of look over the cards and feel the energies. Okay. Okay. So I feel like right now you may be feeling balanced in your emotional state. You may be feeling like, okay, everything's even keel, everything is like everything's in balance again. And that is the King of Cups, because you have the masculine and the feminine energy completely balanced within the King of Cups. That's being blocked though by the Queen of Swords. So even though you may be feeling like that, there may be a lot of coldness in how you're reacting to situations, and that's coming from a lot of overthinking. That's coming from a lot of spending too much time trying to figure out a situation. So as much as you want to be completely balanced, and you may have felt like this energy, the Queen of Swords energy, is creeping in and is blocking that King of Cups energy. So you need to make sure that you are really watching how much you're overthinking a situation. Yeah, because we have the Lovers card in the subconscious. So this may be around another person. Whether it's a romantic relationship, or whether it's just a platonic friendship. There's a lot of overthinking around this relationship, around this union, around this other person, you and this other person. You just want there to be the Ten of Cups, which is complete happiness, abundance, free and open flowing exchange of emotions and feelings. But for whatever reason, you're really, really overthinking this. You're really overthinking this. Yeah, and in the past, there's the Justice card. So there was balance, there was justice, there was that even keel type of energy going on in the past. But that's being blocked by the Queen of Swords. So there's a lot of cold, calculating energy, and I just get overthinking. I just get a lot of overthinking energy from this. So you may be wondering, okay, is this friend more than a friend? Is this person, does this person actually have my best interests at heart? You know, is this person cheating on me? You know, depending on what type of relationship it is, I feel like there's a lot of overthinking, but you need to be careful because you're going to end up being outside the current situation, looking back and thinking to yourself, well, why did I do all that? Why did I question a good thing? Why did I question a good thing? Why did I overthink this and potentially run this person off? Okay, and now I'm out in the cold. Now I'm on the outside looking at that person with someone else. You know, whether it's another friend or whether it's another romantic partner. Like, I don't understand why there's all this overthinking energy around this person, but it can potentially drive the person away. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that the way that you're overthinking this can potentially push that person away. I feel like you literally don't know what to do. You're the hanged man. You are like, you kind of feel stuck and paralyzed because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to interpret this situation. You don't know what's actually going on. And you don't know why you're overthinking this. You don't know why these thoughts keep creeping in. Yeah, I'm getting coldness. I'm getting coldness. So I'm getting a cold type energy of overthinking. But this energy, this overthinking energy, I feel like is going to cause you to take new action that I don't feel like this action is good action. I feel like this is this action is very it's not being thought through very well. It's rash. It's rash action. So you need to be careful of this, because you're potentially allowing yourself to be in this situation if you are thinking too much about this situation, and if you take rash action. I feel like you need to open your heart. You need to open your heart. You need to allow in those feelings that, for whatever reason, you're overthinking. You're really, really overthinking these feelings. And it's weird because all you want is this. All you want is this beautiful energy, all this happiness, all this joy, all this optimism, all of this, like I said, free exchange of emotions with this other person. But for whatever reason, you're questioning it. And I'm not understanding why. It is interesting though that judgment is the underlying card for the entire spread. It was the card at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a lot of judgment going on. A lot of judgment. And it's never a good thing when we judge someone else. And what I mean by that is, obviously if someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing, you know, like if someone's cheating on you, then obviously that's bad, because our, you know, and we need to acknowledge that we are being mistreated in this relationship with this other person. This other person is going off and cheating on you. But it's not good to judge the person, okay? They may be having a really, really hard time, and I know this is really hard to, this is a lot easier to say than it is to do, especially if you're the one being cheated on. But you know, bear with me. Hear me out. That person may be struggling with stuff that they feel they can't communicate with you, that they are having an issue with, and it may be a lot of past trauma that's being dredged up, and that's their, unfortunately, the path that they've chosen to deal with it. problem is, you know, when other people are involved, then your actions then affect them as well. And that's unfair and that is wrong. But as much as it is wrong that that person cheated on you, that person is trying to deal with something, and how they're dealing with it is completely wrong, but for whatever reason, that's how they felt they needed to deal with it, which is still wrong. But again, that's the judgment. There's a lot of judging energy going on, and I feel like that judging energy is affecting this relationship, okay? And for whatever reason, it's coming from you, but I don't see in these cards that the other person is doing anything. I don't see any evidence of that. So this may have to do with your own trauma. Maybe it's past trauma. Maybe it's past experiences of being cheated on that are resurfacing, and you're like, okay, this person must be cheating on me because this is the longest relationship I've ever had. You know, this person has to be cheating on me, you know, because none of my relationships have lasted this long. Well, if you have that attitude, then you're going to be energetically pushing that person away, and you're going to be left out in the cold. Because especially if this person hasn't done anything to warrant that level of suspicion, that just overthinking, you need to be careful. You need to be careful of that, because when we judge others, interestingly enough, the universe ends up putting us in a situation where we get that mirror reflected back at us, and then we get judged for something. And that's because we were in that judging energy before. Now, what I was saying about the being cheated on, I don't mean stay with that person. I mean, obviously, if that trust is broken, if that person abused your trust, then you need to break that off, obviously. But at the same time, that person who cheated has some trauma, has some unhealed parts of themselves that they don't want to face, and so they used cheating as a way to distract from dealing with that healing, from dealing with that past pain, that past trauma. But make sure you keep your heart open. If the person has not done anything that would warrant being suspicious of them, then those suspicious thoughts could be your own past trauma resurfacing, so you can deal with it and heal it. Okay. So just make sure to keep your heart open and don't close it off, because then you're going to end up being by yourself, and that's not what you want. You want this happy family. You want, and whether that means you want children or not, that doesn't matter. You want this happy union, okay, energy. But I feel like after you make the decision to stop overthinking this, and keep your heart open, then it's going to release a flood of feelings and emotions that are going to pull you out of this overthinking, critical, cold, judging energy right now. And maybe you just need to be completely honest with that person. Maybe you need to actually go to that person and be like, you know, just like the knight on the card, you know, the cups are our emotions, okay, and he's holding that cup out to someone, okay, so he's sharing his emotions, he's sharing his feelings with somebody. So maybe you need to actually talk with this person and be like, hey, listen, you know, for whatever reason, I'm feeling this right now. And I don't know why, because you haven't done anything. But this is the longest relationship I've ever had, and I've been cheated on in the past. And so this is about the time when, you know, I find out that I'm being cheated on, okay? And so this is triggering for me, and I want to let you know this is how I'm feeling right now. So if my behavior is a little off from what it is normally, this is the reason why. But it's nothing that you're doing. It's work I need to do. It's work that I'm working on. So yeah, because I'm not getting anything that this is coming from the other person. This is your own perception. This is what you feel is happening. These are your own thoughts. These are your questioning. You're questioning the situation. You're overthinking the situation. Can I get a clarifier on the Queen of Swords? Yeah, you're feeling like there's trickery. There's deceit, there's that kind of energy going on, but I'm not sensing it from this other person. It may be your perception. Can I get a clarifier around the Ace of Wands? Yeah. Make sure you're not taking rash action. Because I forget where I heard it, but I heard somewhere that when someone says something nasty to you, it takes 100 good things being said about you to be able to counteract that one bad thing that person said to you. And it doesn't make that one bad thing that was said or done to you go away. You're still carrying that. Our bodies have memory. Not only our mind, but also our body has memory. So just make sure you don't do anything that could jeopardize this situation when you have absolutely no proof that this person is doing bad things to you, because you can't take words back, you can't take actions back. So just be careful with the actions that you take. Okay, can I get an energy oracle card today? Can I get an energy oracle card today? What energy oracle card would best communicate the energy of this spread? Woman holding a heart. So this has to do with feelings. This has to do with feelings. This has to do with a relationship. This has to do with love, whether platonic or romantic. But I feel like because this is all of this overthinking, it's in your mind, you need to consult your intuition. You need to talk to spirit. You need to talk to your higher self. You need to figure out why you're feeling this way and if these feelings are legitimate. If there's just stuff you're not seeing but you're sensing, or is it just all in your head? Because sometimes our mind, our ego, likes to protect us from potential pain, and if your mind is suspecting or looking for evidence of cheating, being cheated on, I keep coming around to cheating, then it's to protect you from previous trauma, from previously being cheated on. So this is where you really need to listen to your intuition. You need to really consult your guides and spirit in this situation, because maybe there's something that maybe there's an energy there that maybe there's no evidence of, but your spidey sense is going off and senses that energy. But I don't see that energy is coming from the other person. I feel like that suspicious energy is coming from you. But again, this is not relationship advice. This is not financial advice. This is not any sort of personal advice. This is just simply the collective energy. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just saying, I don't see any evidence of this coming from the other person. I see all this suspicious energy coming from you and projecting it on this other person. That's what I'm getting. Can I get a Keepers of the Light Oracle card today? What light worker would best assist us in this energy, in this situation? Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best and expect the best possible outcome. Okay. So that's actually really good. Our intention, what we intend, if we're intending to end this relationship, then that's what you need to do. But accusing someone of cheating, so this way they end the relationship with you, so this way you protect yourself from being hurt, from being cheated on, from being dumped, from being left, that's not good. Okay, that's your ego trying to protect you. That's not you keeping your heart open. Okay, that's your ego trying to take control of the situation because it doesn't want you to experience that pain. So listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. What is your intention for this relationship? Is your intention to end it, or is it something else? You know, you really need to ask yourself that, and consult your higher self, your guides, your angels. Okay. So, because I don't feel like you're setting out to intentionally hurt the person. I'm not getting that. I'm just getting like you just can't turn your mind off. You just can't turn your mind off of the possibility that you're being cheated on. I don't feel like you're actually trying to purposefully tank the relationship. These will not these will not shuffle. I don't feel like you're intentionally doing this. This feels like your mind is just in overdrive right now. It's suspecting a lot of trickery. It's suspecting a lot of and again, if it was the High Priestess, if it was the High Priestess card that was blocking the King of Cups, then I would be like, okay, there's a secret there. There is some sort of you're feeling an intuition. Wow. You're feeling some sort of intuitive feeling that this situation's wrong. But because it's the Queen of Swords, it has to do with your mind. It has to do with overthinking. Can I get a Spirit Animal Oracle card today? Okay, so we're just going to take the top one. Porcupine Spirit. Time for a beginner mind. You know, I don't know much about Porcupine Spirit. So let's learn a little bit about Porcupine Spirit. Okay, when Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you are being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old, confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises, hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately and assuming that you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you are meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but maybe protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is very, very interesting. Porcupines do, throw out their quills when they are threatened. And I feel like that's what you are potentially going to do. You're potentially going to take a rash action, and it's going to end up wrecking this good relationship, this good situation. I feel like all of this overthinking and this suspicious, energy that you are exuding right now, that you're dealing with, is going to capsize this relationship if you're not careful. And again, it's all because you don't know, you're unsure. But if you're not careful, you're going to leave. You're going to lock yourself out in the cold. You're going to lock yourself out in the cold, because the other person is going to be like, forget this. If I literally haven't done anything for you to question, my commitment. And if you can't trust me, then this is over. So you need to definitely look before you leap. You need to keep your heart open, and you need to consult your higher self, your spirit guides, for guidance in this situation. Because if there is something going on, then that can be revealed to you. But if there's nothing there, and you're communicating that you think that there is, then that person's gonna go, forget this, and leave. And then you're going to leave yourself out in the cold of the situation. So maybe if this person is already wondering what's going on with you, like why are you being so defensive? Why are you being so strange? Maybe you need to I'm gonna take the whole tablecloth with me. Maybe you need to communicate how you're feeling to that person and be like, listen, I don't know if this is, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying that this is how I'm feeling, and I really feel like it's coming from past trauma. It's coming from being cheated on. the last 3 relationships, and it's just resurfacing, and you haven't done anything, but this is just how I'm feeling. So if I'm acting a little weird, it's because I'm still healing from that trauma. I'm still healing from that trauma, and it's totally on me. So just give me some time to work through these emotions, and our relationship will be a lot better for it, because then these feelings won't bubble back up again, because I will have dealt with them and not just push them to the side or put them in a box and put them away, for them just to come back and say, I'm here, at literally the most inopportune time. And I would like to pull one of these cards as a last card for this spread. Or I guess can I get one card to end this spread? There we go. Thank you. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So whether or not you're in a relationship, whether or not you have another person, you're never alone. And that's what this stems from. This stems from you being afraid to be alone. If you're not afraid to be alone, then if someone does cheat on you and you leave them, dump them, then you're like, okay, and you just keep on going. But humans don't really like to be alone. We're very social creatures. I mean, some people are introverted, some people are extroverted, but at the end of the day, no one really likes to be completely alone. And when you go from being in a relationship with someone to not being in a relationship at all, it feels like you're completely alone. But you're never alone. You have your angels, your spirit guides. You have your higher self. And I'm gonna bet that you also have friends in the physical, in this physical, reality. Okay. And you may need to go, you know what? I need to have a girls' night. I need to have a boys' night. I need to, go hang out with my friends that I haven't hung out with, because I've been in a relationship. So this way I'm not so tied up into that person that I feel like if I do leave them, if they leave me, if they cheat on me and I leave them, then I'm not completely alone. But we're never alone. We're never alone. Even if our friends are in other states or in other cities, we're never alone. Because like I said, we have our angels, we have our spirit guides, and we can always ask them for help. It's one of those situations that if we are experiencing pain, then it's because there's unhealed trauma. Because if we don't have unhealed trauma, then we won't experience pain. So there is some sort of unhealed trauma that needs to be healed. So, because eventually will all be alone at one time, whether it's for a short period of time, like say your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, goes, on a business trip somewhere, if it's just for a few days, or if it's like, a few years down the road, you break up, a few decades down the road, you break up, then, you will eventually be alone again at some point. But if you're afraid to be alone, then there's unhealed trauma there. If we lean into that and feel those emotions for what they are and figure out why, then it makes it a lot easier when we are in that situation again, to be able to handle those emotions, that emotional rush that we will get when it's like, oh my gosh, I'm alone again, or whatever. Yeah. So asking your angels and spirit guides for help can help you heal this unhealed trauma. And I hope all that made sense. I was just literally going from what was just coming through, and I was trying to put it, because a lot was coming through all at once. I was trying to break it apart into easily, because it was just flooding in. So I hope I was clear. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm not gonna pull a crystal healing card today. I'm starting to move away from that deck for a little bit, I feel like, and I'm gonna be moving into other decks. So we'll be pulling from new decks pretty soon. And yeah. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so you get notified every time I make a video. And I hope everyone found this message helpful. And again, this is not relationship advice. This is not financial advice. This is just simply the collective energies. If you resonate with it, great. If you don't, take what does, leave what doesn't. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Much light and love to all of you.